Hi, good morning friends. So today we are going to discuss some MCQ questions for total revenue and total cost. Hi, here first question. The diagram shows the firm's total revenue as output increases. Which of the following best characterize such a firm? So they given a total revenue curve diagram. You can see that it is just a straight line. Based on this, you have to be identify what how the marginal revenue and average revenue curve will look like. So whether it is rising or constant or declining. So that's what they have to be find out. Okay. When it comes to the answer, option A is the answer. Average revenue and marginal revenue are constant. So for example, you can able to see it here. When average revenue is equal to 5, or example, you can able to say price of the product is 5, we can see that marginal revenue will also be same. That's why total revenue curve is just like a straight line. Otherwise, total revenue curve will be go like this and will come like this, like A shape. But when it is already knows that it is the price is constant, and so that what will happen, AR equal to MR equal to price equal to demand. So it is a perfectly competitive market. That's why we can able to say it is a perfect competition. In the case of perfect competition only, what will happen, AR and MR will be constant. Got the idea? Because price is constant. So that's why option A is right. So they given the total revenue curve as a straight line. Whenever total revenue is straight line, you can understand that it is a perfectly competitive market. In that particular case, AR will equal to MR. Okay, so option A is right. And why option B is wrong? Because AR is and MR are constant, not rising. Here MR is constant, but option C, average revenue is rising, but average revenue is also constant. Average revenue is constant, MR is rising. Actually, MR revenue is also constant. That's why option A is right. Both AR and MR are constant. You can able to see it here. The diagram, the red color line shows that what AR and MR are same because price and average revenue are same, and there is no changes in the price. So AR equal to MR. So here So here, a profit maximizing monopolist switching to a policy of revenue maximization. A profit maximizing firm changing to a revenue maximization objective. They are changing the objective. So what will happen? A rise in the output, a rise in the price, a rise in the output but leave the price unchanged, leave the output unchanged but reduce the price, a rise in output and reduce the price. So we can see which one is the correct option. So correct option is option D, a rise in output and reduce the price. You can see it here. This is a profit monopoly form or in this situation. Profit maximizing condition is MC is equal to MR, that is here. The light red color line you can able to see it here, and average cost is here. So this much profit was available previously. When the revenue maximization condition MR equal to 0, you can I marked already this arrow. This arrow shows what revenue maximization condition MR equal to 0. At that time price is P2. What happened to the profit maximizing price is P1, but the revenue maximization price is P2, and profit maximizing quantity is Q1 and revenue maximization quantity is Q2. So price reduced and quantity increased. So that's why rise output quantity increased and reduce the price. So that's why option D is right. Okay, next question. Spending by firms on internet security is expected to soar over the next few years as a result of recent outbreak of computer virus such as MyDoom. It is an expenditure can be best classified as. Actually, there is so many problems with the system network now. That's why some viruses called MyDoom is affecting. So that firms on spending on internet security is expected to increase. So what will be the answer? Here there is nothing we can know. We knows that if spending on capital, that will be considered as what we had to be install some antivirus, and that is once it is installed, that particular cost only will be there. That particular cost will not vary along with the output. it is, so that's why it will be constant, so it will be fixed for a particular period of time, so that we will be assumed that that is a rise in the fixed cost. It is not a variable cost. Variable cost means the cost which would vary along with the output, but here the cost is not varying along with the output. Okay, a reduction in the revenue, actually this network, and the revenue means what? Price into quantity. Here price and quantity doesn't, they didn't give any information regarding the price and quantity, so we cannot say that what changes happened in the total revenue. That's why. Then fall in the marginal cost. Actually marginal cost means what? A cost incurred due to a production of additional unit. Here actually this is not, this cost will not vary along with the production increase. I told you it is considered to be a fixed cost. That's what I said. Option B is the right answer. A rise in the fixed cost. Okay, next question. The table shows the order for a new container ships by a carrying capacity. It can be inferred from the data that the transportation of containers by ship has, so they given one table, you can see it here. Container capacity, that particular container capacity that ship can able to carry, how many containers? One ship, a ship with less than 2000 containers, we can able to say new order is how much number? 264 new ship their order came. Then 2000 to 3999 containers. Wow, that will be around 520. So comparing to when the number of capacity increases, what will happen? Orders for the new container ship is increased. Then again 4000 to 599. Wow, again it increased to 904. Then 6000 plus containers. Oh, that is a very big ship. In that one, order is 1485. We can able to say that when the number of container capacity increases, the demand for the order for the new container ships will also be very high for the high carrying capacity. So what will be the answer for this question? What you can able to understand from this? So option A is the right answer, significant economies of scale, because of technical or volume based economies of scale. That really you have to be understand. So here I given the explanation. And economies of scale is where average cost will fall as the production increases. You can able to see that when the production increases, long run average cost curve is falling, then we will be considered that is an economies of scale. So economies of scale are happening because of the large firms are able to lower their unit cost. Actually when large firms can able to reduce their per unit cost, long run average cost they can able to reduce. So technical economies of scale are the lower unit cost which come about from the larger firms being able to use more efficient techniques of production, and the fact that the larger plants are often cheaper to run. We know that when the size increases, what will happen? Increasing returns to scale, or we can able to say long run average cost curve is falling when they expand the production. This is often helped by the principle of increased dimension. We can able to say that, or we can able to say that increase the dimension. Okay. For example, a ship double the size will have more than double the volume, that can therefore reduce the cost of transportation per unit considerably. For example, we can able to say that here capacity increases, the order is very high. Why? Because when the capacity increases, the cost is not increasing that much. The number of captain, the number of crews needed to control the ship will be the same, but that particular ship can able to carry more loads. That's why. Okay, so per unit cost is reducing. It will also not require double the number of crews or it run or resulting a further saving. So we can able to say that if the more capacity ships can able to reduce the cost, that's why more demand is there. That's why those container ships they can carry more than 600 plus containers. Demand is increased around 1485. Clear? So that's what I said, that that particular firm will have a significant economies of scale. Okay. The next, a light aircraft manufacturers finds that by lowering the price of its planes from 1.2 million to 1.1 million each, annual sales increase from 4 to 5. The marginal revenue gained from the sale of one of the extra aeroplane is, they increase the marginal revenue only you have to calculate. They given price and quantity they given. So how to calculate? Here price increase from price reduced from 1.2 million to 1.1 million. sales increase from 4 planes to 5 planes. So that time what will happen? Price into quantity is the total revenue. 4.8, 1.1 into 5, that is 5.5. So changes in revenue is 0.7 divided by changes in quantity, that is 1. So marginal revenue is 0.7 million. So option C is the right answer. Clear? Then the data in the table related to the daily cost and revenue for a small bakery producing loaves of bread. It can be inferred from the data that the firm is operating under the conditions of. You have to understand the firm is operating in which condition. So they given one table and they given the market share. So we can check how it will be. So what I did is that everywhere we have to understand whether it is perfect competition or imperfect competition. For that we need average revenue. If average revenue is constant, it is perfect competition. If average revenue is changing, it is a imperfect competition. So I just calculated average revenue from the table. For example, total revenue divided by number of units. So that we can have 100 divided by 100 is 1. Then 190 divided by 200 is 0.95. So like that I calculated the average revenue and I understood that average revenue is not a constant, it is varying. So that I said that it is imperfect competition. So I understood that it is imperfect competition. Then I need to know that whether what happened to the marginal cost. In all the option marginal cost only they are asking. So I just calculated the marginal cost. When I calculated the marginal cost, first one, changes in total cost divided by changes in number of units, isn't it? Changes in total cost from, for example, we can able to say 20, total cost is here 40 to 60. What is the difference? 20 divided by changes in the number of units, that is how much? 100. So that's why. So 20 divided by 100, then 60 to 90, that is 30 divided by 100, that is 0.3. So like that I calculated and I understood that marginal cost is increasing, a rising marginal cost. So that's what I said, option D is the right answer. Why? Because imperfect competition and rising marginal cost. Because average cost is not constant. That means it is a imperfect competition. Keep in mind, a perfect competition means what? AR equal to MR. Okay, so AR is not a constant. AR is constant means it is a perfect competition. If AR is not constant means it is a imperfect competition. So keep in mind that one is the most important part in this question. Okay. So next question and last question. In the short run, a train operator might continue to offer a off-peak services at a reduced price, provided that the total revenue from those off-peak fare covers at least, which, for example, in off-peak season, they are try to provide a very services at a very low price. Why they are doing, and that in that price, at least they have to be cover which one they have to cover. The sales receipts of a rival train operator, the fixed cost of the train services, the overhead cost of the network, and the variable cost of these train services. So here you can able to see it here. I'm just taking this is a perfect competitive market. In that particular market, AR equal to MR. This is this one, isn't it? And average total cost is here. In the long run, that particular firm is making loss. I am saying that total cost they are not covering, but at least they have to cover what? Their average variable cost. Then only they can able to survive. Otherwise, if they are not covering their variable cost means they have to be shut down. This is a shutdown point. At least the firm's average revenue is equal to average variable cost. If average variable cost, that firm must be covered, then only they can survive. Otherwise they have to shut down. That is, we will call that is a normal profit. They have to be cover at least average revenue equal to average cost. That is a normal profit now. So in the short run they can't able to cover the fixed cost. At least they have to cover the variable cost in the short run, then only they can able to survive. So that's what I said, that that particular train services must cover the variable cost of the train services at least in the short run. Okay, in the long run they have to cover the total cost, but at least in the short run they have to be cover only the variable cost. So short run cost curve will be also be considered as a variable cost. Okay, so today's class is over. So I will uploaded this question, some more questions I added. So I will upload those questions in the Google Classroom. So try to respond it correctly. Okay, thank you.